That guy in little sips goes on his whiskey advent calendar journey for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the final advent calendar journey whiskey calendar event of 2024. I decided just to go ahead and power through the last three here all together. You'll probably see the first post earlier in the evening if you're, paying attention to these. And then you'll see a trickle of 23, 24, and 25 come pretty quick thereafter. So let me just grab a glass here. And let me just grab number 23. No, that's 25. This is probably 23 then. Yep, 23. So just real quick, 22, as if you remember, I said it was pretty clearly a Scotch. It was. I did say that very uncharacteristically, I kind of didn't dislike it. And it was a Lagavulin. It's hard to say. Lagavulin, 11-year-old, Offerman's edition. It was Guinness cask finished. So maybe that kind of cut out the peatiness a little bit. Guinness cask finished, 92 proof. So if you're new to the Scotch game, you want to give it a shot, that's where I would start. Lagavulin, 11-year-old, Offerman edition, Guinness cask finish. So let's jump into number 23 here and give it a nose, give it a taste, and see what we got here. Good color in 23. Very good smell so far. Nice rye punch it smells like. Definitely more traditional whiskey from my standpoint. Definitely get the cherry on the front. I would say something that reminds me of Buffalo Trace product. Very good nose. Good nose. So I'd say on the nose, 3-4 on the nose, I'd say. A little buttery on the taste there. Most of the caramels and the fruit, kind of, again, like a cherry, kind of dark kind of fruit, do pop through on the palate itself. So I'm going to go 3-3 on the palate. I do get a little afterburn on the finish. It's not as smooth as I would like. So I'm going to knock down the finish a little bit. I'm going to go 3-1 on the finish. I feel like I've had this. It does feel like maybe it's finished a little bit. I want to say it is a bourbon. Probably about 105 proof, something like that. But let me give it another taste here. Yeah, not super high proof. Maybe highest I would say is 108 to 110. Not much, but it's not low proof. I do feel like I've had it before. I think I'll stick with those ratings. So overall, pretty good buy, but don't break the bank for it. I think it's probably going to surprise me what it is, because I think I've had it before, and from my standpoint, I think the rating doesn't justify the price, in my opinion. So I have my handy dandy thing here. So I'm going to hit the next button here, and we're going to do a reveal live on air. And day 23 is Maker's Mark, the heart release. So, okay, so that's actually a pretty hard to get Maker's Mark, actually. That was one of the ones that are very hard to find for this year. I did feel like I've had this flavor before. And again, I don't usually love Maker's Mark, but it does have a traditional taste. So overall, this is a pretty decent flavor, pretty good profile. It's the 2024 heart release, 111.7 proof. So I think overall it's a positive. I think it's probably in the $100 price range. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe when I do the edit, you'll see a little graphic here that'll kind of give you the price point. And I think if it's in that range, it's probably not one that I would get. I think I would probably lean you towards the cash strength, just the 46 or something like that. Really good nose, but I think the finish kind of hits it a little bit. The taste, the palate's pretty good, but the finish kind of hurts it. So, yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. So, with that said, let's get into 24. Again, pretty good color on 24. I had a really good Advent calendar season. I wish I could do them all with my buddies. What is it? Hank Danger, Willie NASCAR, the team, you know. Good times, good times. Like I said, we had some issues on day 21. My boy NASCAR had some laryngitis. I had some technical difficulties pushing the right buttons, you know, record instead of snapping photos and stuff. So I got a lot of still pictures of me drinking the whiskey, which doesn't help too much. So that was the one day that we missed, you know, so hopefully you enjoyed watching the videos. That's all that matters. Hoping you had fun over the holidays, you know, making fun of me. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the whiskeys, because you know, again, I had some good times trying some of these. I think I found one or two that I'd actually want to buy. Again, the Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends came up with a good calendar for me. I think I'll get it next year for sure. I'm gonna see if Hank and NASCAR want me to get them one as well, and then we can all do it together. You know, I think they had like maybe 2 of their own picks, so I might get involved in their you know, distribution and, you know, their own quote-unquote store picks, and see what they have going on. So let's get into number 24. All right, this is a little more grain forward. So this is this smells grassy to me. This is usually the smell I get on a Maker's Mark or a like a craft type of distillery. You know, like when it gets overpowered like this is where I usually head towards to say pot still, but this is like a refined version. So if this is pot still, this is like a master class of a pot still, if you know what I'm saying, because I get that, like, that same kind of power, but it's like they did a great job of it. So it's either they cut the grass properly, and the shavings are, put in the bag properly, if you know what I mean. So you don't get a, like, smell that makes you want to sneeze, or they know what they're doing. Maybe they triple pot still or something, but whatever it is. All right, now it's starting to kind of funk out a little bit. Yeah, start to funk out a little bit the more you leave it in there. Okay. Gets that medicinal kind of flavor. It's doing something crazy with my tongue. So on the smell, I'm gonna go. I usually wouldn't like this smell, but like I said, I think they did something right with it. Like they know what they're doing, but I mean, it doesn't hit exactly the way I want it to. But again, it's just not 100% my jam. So I'm going to go with a 2.9, which kind of is not my jam, but I think it's probably really good, because I think they're doing something different. And then the flavor, like, if you just smell it just right, you can definitely get a lot of medicinal, like ethanol or something. And the flavor, it's not where I'm thinking it would be. I don't love it, but my tongue is just sparkling, because it's like it's activating all of its receptors. So I think I'm going to give it a palate of like 2.7, but maybe a finish of like a 3.2, because it just stays with you and it starts to sparkle. And I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's great, because it's not, but it does something to me. So overall, I wouldn't buy this, because it's not my cup of tea, but I guarantee you, whatever this is, a lot of people are going to like this. It's going to roll down their alley, and they're going to really enjoy it. So I'm really interested to see what that is. And again, let's look at my handy dandy notebook here. And day 24, Christmas Eve, is Prob's Dream Spirits. This is Booker's Private Barrel. 9+ years, 117 proof. So, Prob's Dream Spirits, Booker's Private Barrel. So I'm not sure. That's probably, it looks like a single barrel of something. Prob's Dream Spirits, I guess that's the brand. You would think Booker's is, brand from Jim Beam, but it's not the spirit. That's the name of the barrel. So maybe, I'm not sure how that worked. Maybe they barreled it in Booker's or something. Not sure. I'm gonna put some graphics here to kind of give you some details on that. It's kind of heavy on the apple a little bit here, now that I'm thinking about it. But not, again, 9+ years. So they were processing something, and 117 proof. Yeah, I forgot to do the proof, but yeah, I could tell it had a little proofiness there. So that was probably one of the, more pricier versions. And again, if that was something you enjoyed from a whiskey, you probably would really like that one. So let's now get into Christmas Day. That's 22. Christmas Day. Okay. Now I'm having a New Year's party for people tomorrow. So anybody that watches this and is over, maybe I'll have some extra samples, because as you can see, I usually leave about half an ounce here. You can tell me if you want to try one of these. Okay, so let's just get straight into 25, and then I can get into cutting the videos and putting up the great fun graphics and hopefully getting some of your comments. All right, 25 is smelling good. Definitely bourbon. Get a pear, apple, get some cinnamon, get some spice. So I'm thinking it's like a rye heavy bourbon. Definitely, that's my opinion. I'm thinking it's probably an MGP product. Doesn't, or maybe kind of like in the Pennsylvania, Maryland area, because it seems like doesn't seem Kentucky to me. I mean, it does have a little smoke on the back end, so I could maybe see Texas, but I don't know. It seems a little odd. Either way, that's Oh, okay. Nose, 3.2. It's not great. Doesn't put off a great nose, but nothing is negative at all. It's just, it's there, very consistent, very clean, no negatives. The palate, very clean, crisp, like a honeydew, like apple, just there. I mean, it's very cleansing of your mouth. It's just like everything is like very conducive. Kind of now I have a good texture in my mouth where it's like, it feels like a candy apple is all in my mouth right now. Very good. So I would say 3.5 on the mouth palate, and then finish. Like I'm still feeling it still. So I'd say probably 3.6 on the finish. So overall, I think this is probably one of the best. You know, this, and you know, I'll go through this, and at the end here, after the reveal, I'll go through 1 through 25, and I'll just kind of highlight some of the ones that I thought were the best. Oh yeah, this is very clean. This is, again, probably about 105, 108 proof. It's not proofy. Maybe 112. Maybe 115. I mean, it's starting to show its proof on the finish, but it's very smooth. Like my tongue is, you know, like sparking, but it's not like, it never like, you know, says hot to me, if you know what I'm saying. It's just like, it's like effervescent. So yeah, 112 to 115. I'd probably say 8 years easy. Very nice. Yeah, very good, very good. I like this. And A25 is, okay, this is the Yellowstone limited edition brandy and cognac finish, 101 proof. So it's pretty solid. I've had some Yellowstone before. usually don't like it. I think Yellowstone might be, I think it is in Kentucky. Not sure if they source. I have to look. Maybe it's 1792 stuff. Who knows? But it's good. And then the brandy and cognac finish. I think that might be where I'm getting the apple and the, just the total smoothness. But it just finishes for days. So that's a really good one there. So let's go back to the front here. See if I can go to the front. Hope you had fun this year on the 25 days of Christmas. Can't really do advent calendar now because I didn't really do the 24 days before Christmas, did I? Last year I did the 12 days of Christmas, and or was it the 12 days? Whatever. But that's supposed to be the 12 days after Christmas. Messed that one up. And now I did the advent calendar. It's supposed to be lead up to the Christmas. And I messed that one up because got off kilter with some technical difficulties and just too much drinking. What I understand, I've been studying up, is most people drink like 4 or 5 of these in one go, but batch it up, do another 4 or 5, and then they record like weeks in advance. So I might have to do that just to make sure that, I don't get tuckered out, because some nights you just don't want to, drink a little bit, So, and my fans, you gotta have more fat guy, right? Fat guy, little sips, you gotta have. So day 1 was Jefferson, very average. Day 2, Naked Goose, didn't like it, Scotch. Day 3 was Iron City Cask Strength 6-year-old wheat. Like I said, that's a local brand. I think I'll go out there and give them a shot. So I think that'll be good to look at. Day 4 was Mary Dowling Winter Wheat, very consistent bourbon. I think it's in Kentucky. Again, it was consistent, nothing to write home about. Day 5 was one of my favorite, was Penelope Toasted. Single barrel. I have one upstairs. So yeah, I mean, this was a good one. I think each one is, again, each year is a little different, but yeah, it was very good. Day 6, Elijah Craig Toasted Rye. I think it was like a mint chocolate chip for me. I could take it or leave it, but at least I know now like what it tastes like. And if you're in the mood for a toasted rye, it's something to buy. It's not going to be super expensive, and it's worth getting. Day 7, Glenfiddich 12-year-old single malt Scotch. Didn't love it. It's a Scotch. Day 8, Monongahela Rye MLH. Didn't love it. Day 9 was the A. Overholt Monongahela Rye. Was the 95 proof. It was actually pretty decent. I think that is I think that's a Beam product. And I think I have the Overholt Cask Strength Rise upstairs, and I think this is the the precursor to that. So that's a pretty decent one. Day 10, Liberty Pole Monongahela Full Proof Rye. It was average. I think it was. It showed a little pot still flavor to me, if I remember. Little local kind of grain flavor. I think it had wheat in it too, actually, even though it was a rye, which was weird. Day 11, Tullamore Irish whiskey. I think it was in a rum cask. I think this one surprised me because it was Irish whiskey, but it was actually pretty decent. So that was something to think about. Day 12 was the Old Forester Statesman. It was pretty decent, even though I was expecting, to be a little more, Texas forward, a little burnt, if you know what I mean, like Texas char. But it was actually pretty decent. It kind of tasted more like, Old Forester. So that was up my alley. Day 13 was Bardstown Origin Series Bottled and Bond, the 100 proof wheater. Very pleased with that one. Honeysuckle very good. Tried to get that several places, and it was sold out almost everywhere. So if you see that out and about, I would grab it if I was you. Day 14, Mars Awai. That was the Japanese. Not a fan. 15, Frey Ranch Bald Bond Straight Rye. Everything I've tasted from Frey Ranch, in my opinion, has been very good. And in my opinion, everything I've tasted from Frey Ranch has always been unique. So that's the kind of cool thing with them. Good and unique. So that's a good, that's kind of a good thing to have. I mean, you don't want to be, oh yeah, this tastes like this, that, whatever. I mean, to be different and good. So if you're out there, grab it. Day 16, Stolen Wolf, the 4-year-old rye. I think that's a PA product. It might be on closer to Lancaster, but I think I'm going to go take a visit sometime next year. I think it's a pretty good product. Day 17, Talisker, the Distiller's Edition. We've heard good things online about it. I did not like it. I'm sorry. Day 18, Green River Full Proof Bourbon. I've had one or two of these and didn't like it. And I had this one, and it was probably the winner of the calendar for me. It tasted different every time I had a sip of it in the blind, and it was each time it was something to write home about. So this is if I see it out, and I'm gonna definitely get it. Green River Full Proof. Day 19, Larceny C924 barrel proof. Me and Hank Danger, we both have a bottle of this, so we'll do a whole episode on this maybe in a month or so. So look forward to that. Day 20, Old Line Spirits 8-year-old double oaked, finished in tawny port, single malt, American single malt. It was very surprising because it was a single malt. It had a lot of flavors all over the place. Kind of reminded me of a cigar blend. I would like to try this again, in a full setting, to give it a full, because we did split it 3 ways. But I liked it. But I just don't know how much I liked it. I think, from what I heard, the Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends might have 1 or 2 more left. I might have to buy a bottle. It's like $60, I think. So I'm gonna see if I can get one of those. Day 21, that's the missing secret episode. Maybe if you become a a Patreon, I can show you the secret videos online. That was Powers John's Lane 12-year-old Irish whiskey. Tasted like somebody's elbow. Was not very good. Day 22, Lagavulin 11-year-old Offerman Edition Guinness cask. Very good. For Scotch, of course. You have to preface that, of course. Day 23, Maker's Mark, the Heart Series. For the price, I think you could pass, but it was pretty decent offering. Day 24, Prob's Dream Spirits. You could tell it had something in it, but I wasn't a fan. But I would definitely, if you were at a bar or something and had that, I would give it a shot, because it might be just right up your alley, and I think you should give it a shot. And day 25, Yellowstone Limited Edition Brandy and Cognac Finish, 101 proof. I think it was a very good pour as well. So, again, hope you enjoyed the calendar. I enjoyed making it for you. And to you and yours, Happy New Year. See you next time. Fat Guy Little Sips, out.